If you make a film about Bruce Springsteen, it has to be authentic. Because, for my money, he's our most authentic artist. So, to infuse it with that authenticity, I had to shoot in Colts Neck, New Jersey, Freehold, where he's from, the Stone Pony in Asbury, Power Station in New York City. I think it's a testament to who Bruce is, and that studio allowed me to make the film just like Bruce made the record Nebraska. Kind of lo-fi, minimalist, no gloss, but about human frailty and finding beauty in that.
Well, I met Bruce Springsteen when I was a teenager, and I'm 60 years old. So I was playing in a little rock and roll band, and we were on the road in North Carolina, and he jumped up on stage with us. And that's where I first met him. Years later, I wanted to write a book, and I was trying to find the right topic, and Nebraska was a record that I'd never stopped thinking about, and I still had questions about it. And I reached out to John Landau, his manager, who's played by Jeremy Strong, and started the process of writing a book. And it took a couple of years, and even then there was no thought that this would become a movie. And it just kept kind of giving off new life. And when Scott Cooper came in, he took our breath away.
You do a lot of work. John Landau is a legendary person in the music business, and wrote an essay in 1974 that said, "I have seen rock and roll's future, and its name is Bruce Springsteen." And that sort of altered the trajectory of Bruce's life. And John has been his producer, manager, partner, co-pilot for 50 years now. So, in a way, it's a love story between the two of them in this moment in Bruce's life when he made Nebraska. But, it's one of the great joys of what I get to do is being a kind of experiential tourist in different worlds and having, access granted to different worlds. And in this case, being granted access to Bruce's universe is just really incredible. Yeah.
Oh, it feels great. I mean, I love these people so much. We set out to do something very daunting and difficult, and that's telling part of the story of that beautiful man. We had his support. We had John's support, his manager. I love Scott. I love Jeremy. I love Odessa. I don't know. I'm feeling very lucky to be here.
What was important to me about the character of Faye is that she's very direct in what she wants. She's not trying to play hard to get. She's not trying to play any games, even though she arguably could have done that with one of the world's biggest rock stars at the time. She's just really straight down the line and sees the potential in the relationship that they could have that, she wants to fight for.
So I play Matt D'Elia, who's his lifelong road traveling buddy and very close friend. And so, Matt, like many people during that time, was just there for Bruce. And in that time where he's in the fork of the road of, his life changing and also his past that he had to face.
It was really a dream come true in a lot of ways, because I'm literally from the area that this film takes place, from the exact town that Bruce Springsteen grew up in. So, it resonated with me even more so for that reason. So it was just, it was amazing. Everyone was incredible. Scott Cooper, the director, was just so awesome to watch him work and to see how he worked with Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong, who I've admired in everything they've ever done. And I was just so thrilled to be a small part of all of that.
The major thing that attracted me to this piece in particular was Scott, our wonderful director. And, we had a great conversation from the very beginning, and then it's obviously the script. And it's an iconic man that we're trying to tell the story of, do you know what I mean? But my job specifically was to try and capture the essence of his father in a way that I could bring that kind of reality to the screen. And for me, basically, if I'm completely honest, I listened to the audio book and I listened to how Bruce spoke about his dad. And there was this little kind of tone within his voice when he mentioned his father, he created this different tone. So instantly I came up to him and I said, "Do you realize you changed your voice when you when you do your dad's voice in the book. And he was like, no, really? I was like, yeah. So basically, I'm a magpie. So I nicked that, and I used that tone that he brought to it. And that's where I started with the substance for it, you know what I mean? And then it's about bringing the truth of what his father was. He was an alcoholic, and he suffered from, he was a manic depressive, and he was a tortured soul, basically. So he didn't have the skills to be the best father he could. And I think that's kind of what, inevitably, that's the kind of things that we carry as youngsters. They're the traumas that we can carry through our lives. And then it's about Bruce coming to terms with that.
Being able to play anybody's mother, I think, for them in real time with them there observing is a real honor and privilege. The fact that it was Bruce Springsteen is pretty cool. It was honestly so beautiful. I really felt honored and like I was a part of some sort of gestalt psycho-magical therapy for him, and I felt like it was a gift given to me to play this incredible woman that then I was able to give back to Bruce, representing these moments from his childhood that I know were, of course, incredibly meaningful. So it was a kind of unbelievable, magical, beautiful experience. Yeah.
I play Al Teller. Who was the head of CBS Records at the time when all this pressure was being put on Bruce to make another big hit album like Born to Run, and Bruce wanted to make Nebraska, and so much to my character's chagrin, and so my character is put in the position of having to have more faith in his artist and more patience with his artist than he would prefer.